Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Japanese ebook before it's gone.
Want to speak real Japanese from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at JapanesePod101.com.
Hi guys! Welcome to JapanesePod101.com. This is Hiroka. So today I'm going to talk about the difference between haha and okaa-san. Yay! So, do you know the difference? These, so both means actually mother. Haha and okaa-san means mother, but you need to use these things in a different situation. So I'll give you some example based on these phrases, and then at last definitely you get the point. So hang in there, let's get started. So the first, I'll give you explanation about these words, like differences. When you use haha, so haha means really official way to say of mother. So like for example, you talk with the person like older than you need to say haha. Whereas okaa-san is more casual way. So like you say these words to your friends, your family, like that. Okay, so here's the example. First, haha. 先生、こんにちは。こちらが私の母になります。どうもひろかがいつもお世話になっております。Okay, my mother is not like that. I say to you, yeah. Okay, so like I said, 先生、こちらが私の母になります means Mr. like my teacher. 先生 means teacher, so like Mr. or Mrs. or the teacher. This is my mother, but in a more official way. Also, okaa-san. Yeah. Okaa-san is more casual way, as I said you before. So for example, 私のお母さんってもう本当に怖くってもう何回も勉強しろってうるさいからもう嫌になっちゃった like that. So like I said, my mother is really annoying. She repeatedly say to me, study, like that. And then in this situation, I talked about my mother to my friends, like that. Okay, so I think you get the like a point, like when you have to use okaa-san and when you have to use haha. Okay, so and I would like to give you the one tips. So how about when you talked about other person's mother, like your friend's mother, when you want to mention, you need to put you can say okaa-san. You can use this word, and then how to say is 〇〇ちゃんのお母さん maru is you can put your friend's name and then chan. Japanese always put the chan after the person's name. Hiroka-chan no okaasan means Hiroka's mother. Yeah, so like you when you would like to say like, oh, your mother is really beautiful, and then like あなたのお母さんすごく綺麗 like that. And then you think maybe, so how about other family members like father, brothers, sisters, younger brothers, younger sisters? Okay, so each family members has each word, so let's memorize these things. Okay, how about father? Okay, so I give you the examples.
父ですです父です
Yeah. So father is like okay. So father is like an official way is 父. Casual way is お父さん. Okay, so it's the same as mother. Like 私の父はこの会社に勤めていて It's like my father is working this company like that. So when you talk about your father to your older people, like your boss, like other your friends like mother, you need to say 私の父は like that. Okay, in other way, so お父さん it's like a more casual way, so you can say 私のお父さんはすごく優しい。優しい like that. So it means like my father is really really kind like that. How about like older sisters and the younger sisters? So older sisters in official way it's like 姉 and casual way is お姉さん. Okay, so how about other members like older brothers? In the official way is 兄 and the casual way is お兄さん. For example, あなたのお兄さんって超イケメンだよね. Okay, so it means like your brother is so cool, like so handsome. It means like that. Okay, so you can say to your friend to do like these phrases. You can say to your friends. From now on, it's really more easier because like younger brothers, younger sisters is same way. So, for example, younger sisters, in official way, 妹. In casual way, is 妹. Same. And also, 弟 is like more official way is 弟. In a casual way is 弟. Same. Yay! So it's easy to remember compared to the mother, father, older sisters, and then older brothers. There are so many words to mention the family members, but I think you can get it. Thank you for watching this, guys. And then if you would be able to have Japanese conversation with the native speakers, please click the link below in the description and then download the PDF lessons for more like essential phrases you need to in the real life. Thank you guys. Bye bye.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is, can busy people actually learn a language? You yourself probably have an answer to this question, right? But whether you can or can't actually has a bit more to do with your mindset than anything else. And in this guide, you'll discover 1. Is it possible for busy people to learn a language and the mindset needed? 2. Mental bandwidth, the one thing that can make or break your language goals. And 3. 5 mindset tricks to make time for language. But first, if you're looking for new free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Talking Online PDF cheat sheet. Learn the must-know internet slang and all the internet-related vocab and phrases in your target language with this PDF cheat sheet. And second, the 40 words and phrases for ordering food writing workbook. With this free resource, you'll pick up must-know words and phrases for the restaurant and practice writing them out as well. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Can busy people actually learn a language? Part 1. Is it possible for busy people to learn a language and the mindset needed? So, can busy people actually learn a language? What do you think? Leave us a comment and let us know. As much as we want to say yes, it's more of a yes or no depending on the person. Why yes? Yes, because many of our members are busy and are learning with our system. And some of you who are watching also fall into this camp. But it also depends on the person because it's more of a mindset thing. Either you think you have time or you don't. For example, many of our members fall into the group of can learn and can find the time, even if they're busy. If you're busy and still want to learn, if you look around, you can always find 5 or 10 minutes a day, like on a commute. Now, if your mindset is the opposite, if you think you can't learn a language or you don't have time, you won't even try, even if you had a resource that was proven to work. Part 2. Mental bandwidth, the one thing that can make or break your language goals. And if you think about it, if you had all the time in the world but felt like you couldn't learn a language, you wouldn't try either. Again, this is why it comes down to the mindset and why it all depends on each individual person. Either you think you can or you think you can't. But it may not always be this black and white either. It can also depend on your mental bandwidth too. Think back to your school days, those few days before exams. It got really busy and you had to stop everything to study, right? You were probably thinking, if I can just get through studying this week and take the test, then next week I can finally start relaxing and doing other things. And if someone asked you if you wanted to hang out, you would say no, because you're busy. But chances are you still managed to spend at least 30 minutes on YouTube or social media. Meaning you did have some time, even if you were busy. But the test was occupying your mind and taking up all that bandwidth. So it's also possible that we just don't have the mental bandwidth because we're overwhelmed. And this is a genuine reason for not being able to learn when you're busy. Don't worry, in the next part, we'll show you how to get some bandwidth so that you don't feel overwhelmed. Part 3. 5 mindset tricks to make time for language. So if you've gotten this far, you understand that it is possible to start learning a language, even if you're busy, that you can find the time, but it mostly comes down to your mindset. So how can you develop the mindset? So when you're too busy, it feels like you're overwhelmed and like you don't have control of your time. Well, there are a few things you can do to gain some control of your time, have some breathing room, and learn a bit of language. First, always set small, measurable goals. This is something that we talk a lot about here. For example, learn for 10, 15, or 20 minutes every day. Learn 100 words in 1 month, which means learning 3 to 4 words a day. And the mindset behind this is just being realistic with your goals and what you can do. Because if you're busy, you may not have 1 or 2 hours. And this is a strict rule, especially when starting out with new goals and languages. Always stick to small, measurable goals. Second, lowering your goals and expectations is okay when things get super busy. If you couldn't learn all 100 words for the month and only got up to 40 or 60, that's okay. If you tried learning on Monday and Tuesday but skipped Wednesday and Thursday, that's okay. Sometimes you have to shift priorities, and prioritizing things is a secret to a successful life. You may not get to the goal you wanted to achieve today, but you can get to it next week. Third, it's okay to put language on pause if life gets in the way. Just like with that last point, you can always come back and reach your goal a little later. We often see learners put language on pause, come back later. Some even come back years later. But the key is to come back. Fourth, avoid the all-or-nothing mindset at all costs. And an all-or-nothing mindset is something you'll see in beginners and perfectionists. When you have this mindset, you'll say, language learning requires hours, so there's no point in learning for a few minutes today. But something is better than nothing, and even 5 to 10 minutes of review adds up in the grand scheme. And in the grand scheme, it's more important to be consistent, even if it's just for a minute a day, rather than study for hours once a week. The brain just doesn't work that way. Fifth, do you have a slowdown or relaxing routine that you do on the weekends or whenever you have free time? And if you didn't do it, you'd feel overwhelmed? Leave us a comment and let us know what it is. For some, it could be reading, watching TV, or going to a cafe and doing nothing for a bit. You're there on your own, you don't have much to do in front of you, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes. And if you're settled, you start feeling in control. And that's the point you have some mental bandwidth. You can start doing some time management and plan your week out. You can put in a few minutes of language learning. But if you don't slow down and if you feel overwhelmed, you could have the easiest possible way to learn a language. And you still wouldn't do it. So, back to you. If you were busy, do you think you'd be able to learn a language? Leave us a comment. So, thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Do you record yourself speaking your target language? If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye!
元日とは年の初めを祝う日です。カレンダーでは1月1日のみが祝日ですが、実際には1日から3日までを三が日と呼び、会社や店によっては休業するところもあります。毎年この時期独特の行事や慣習があります。新たな年になって最初に会った時は、明けましておめでとうございますと挨拶します。元日の朝のことを特別に何と呼ぶでしょうか？正解はこのビデオの最後に紹介します。自宅や海辺、山頂などで初日の出を拝みます。元日の朝食にはお雑煮やおせち料理を食べます。雑煮は餅が入った汁物で地方や家庭によって味付けが違います。伸びる餅のように命が伸びますようにと長寿を願って食べるのです。おせち料理も健康で無事に1年が過ごせるようにという願いが込められた食べ物です。そして神様から1年の加護をいただくため、晴れ着を着て家族や友人と一緒に初詣に行きます。日本では正月になると前の年にお世話になった人や友人、知人などに年賀状を送る習慣があります。年賀状には新年の挨拶や抱負を書いたり、その年の干支の絵や近況が伝わる写真などを印刷したりします。昔は 年の初めにお年始といって知人宅に挨拶に行ったり、反対に知人が訪ねてきたりする習わしがありました。次第に簡素化され、現在の年賀状になったと言われています。子供たちは両親や祖父母、親戚や両親の知人などからお年玉をもらいます。これは正月だけの特別なお小遣いで、子供たちはとっても楽しみにしています。お年玉は紙製のお年玉袋に入れて渡されます。金額の相場は小学生では3000円から5000円くらい、中学生では5000円程度、高校生や大学生になると1万円前後です。一般的に初詣は正月の日中にお参りをしますが、大晦日の深夜0時、前の年から新しい年に切り替わる時間帯に神社をお参りする人もいます。これを2年参りと呼びます。さて、ここでクイズの答えです。正解は元旦です。旦の字は太陽を表す日という漢字の下に、左から右に向かって横棒を1本書きますね。これは地平線から昇りつつある太陽を表しているのです。だから元旦という言葉は1月1日の朝を意味していることになります。いかがでしたか？初めて知ったことはありましたか？皆さんの国ではどのようにお正月をお祝いしますか？ぜひ japanesepod101.com のコメント欄で教えてくださいね。それではまた。
Want to speak real Japanese from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at JapanesePod101.com.
いただきます。あ、すいません。Hi guys, welcome to JapanesePod101.com. This is Hyoka. Hello. So today I'm going to talk about the ごちそうさまでした。It's really a common phrase in Japan, and I will explain when we use this phrase. So, ごちそうさま is always like a set of, combined with いただきます、and ごちそうさま. The food is served to you like this, and then you say, あ、いただきます. And then you started eating, right? And then after you finished eating, ごちそうさまでした is like that. Always, so we do this like this before the say いただきます or ごちそうさま. But there are so many chances like you use ごちそうさま or いただきます. So I will explain with some examples. Basically, the いただきます or ごちそうさまis spring from like the old tale, kind of like a religion. Like in the old days, like the people when give the food to the god, when we eat this, we say いただきます. It means like I get your food. And then now it becomes a little bit changed. Like when I say いただきます, it means like I appreciate the food, or I appreciate the cook, like the people who cook this meal, like this pasta. So there are so many people related to this pasta, like people who make this sauce, people who make this mushrooms, bacons, all people together is coupled with together and then make this food. So like the people always say this いただきます. It means like I appreciate your food. And also ごちそうさま is also the same meaning. It's also in the in old time, like people really hurry to make the food, and then it means Japanese like ちそう. It means like too fast. like run first. And then now it becomes like the phrase like ごちそうさまでした like that. And then the meaning, the current meaning is the same as いただきます. We appreciate the food and then we appreciate the people who make this food. So, but when does Japanese learn these phrases, right? Always it's happened to like when we are young, right? The mother said, 食べるときはいただきます。食べ終わった後はごちそうさまを言わなきゃダメよ。Like that. And then since we are a child, we are told to say いただきます or ごちそうさま by the parents. And sometimes after you pay the money to the food, you say to the clerk, say, ごちそうさまでした. It's like that. And then it's always happened to in the ramen shop, like a noodle shop in Japan. People who go there and then after eating, and then they say, ごちそうさまでした. Like that. ごちそうさまでした. To the person who made this, like a cook. Right? They say, ありがとうございます. Like that. These kind of things happened always in Japan, in the noodle shop. Maybe you're surprised, but it's kind of the natural things. When you come to Japan, you can say ごちそうさまでした to the shopper, and then they say ありがとうございました. It's like that. It's like happen. Okay, so guys, I think you guys understand that like when you say いただきます and then when you say ごちそうさまでした when you eat by yourself and then when you go to the restaurant, you can use always these phrases. And you go to the website about JapanesePod101.com, you get the free account and then you will learn a lot of things there. So please don't forget to check this out. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is, are you an introvert or an extrovert? And how to speak more of your target language. Since you're learning the language, then you're very much aware of the importance of speaking, which can be easy if you're an extrovert or hard if you're an introvert. So, how can you speak more if you're on the shy side? Keep watching this month's episode. You'll discover who learns faster, extroverts or introverts, why learning a language can help you become more extroverted, and 5 ways to speak more, even if you're an introvert. But first, if you're looking for new free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Sport and Exercise Conversation Cheat Sheet. Want to talk about fitness in your target language? You'll learn over 50 words and phrases for sports and exercise with this brand new cheat sheet. Second, the 40 words and phrases for ordering food writing workbook. With this free resource, you'll pick up must-know words and phrases for the restaurant and practice writing them out as well. Third, the top 12 April Fool's phrases. Want to be able to say some outrageous phrases in your target language for April Fool's Day? Then you'll want this April Fool's phrase list. Fourth, can you talk about your bones in your target language? Learn how to say words like skull, ribs, spine, and much more with this quick vocab bonus. Fifth, 20 must-know jewelry vocabulary. Do you know how to say earrings or necklace in your target language? If you don't, then this vocab lesson is for you. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? And how to speak more of your target language. Part 1. Do extroverts or introverts learn languages faster? If you've ever wondered whether introverts or extroverts learn the language faster, there have been studies done on this. And as you'd expect, extroverts do have an advantage when it comes to speaking and overall conversational skills. Of course, these studies didn't take into account mistakes you may make, such as grammar, vocab, etc. And introverts? Introverts tend to observe and listen more, and tend to be better listeners. Do you agree with these findings? Leave a comment. So the key takeaway is they each have their own advantages. One has something that the other lacks. And that makes sense, doesn't it? If you speak less, your speaking skills will be weaker. And if you want to just speak a lot, you get good at speaking but miss out on the other skills, like listening and reading. So unfortunately, you can't really say who learns faster based on personality alone, just that each one has their advantages and disadvantages. But personality aside, success with a language will always depend on your attitude towards learning itself and how much time you put in. The person that has a better chance of becoming fluent will always be the one that puts in more time to learn, practice, get feedback, adjust with the feedback, and not so much about whether they're extroverted or introverted. But what if you're an introvert who wants to be able to speak more? Is there a way to become more extroverted? Part 2. How to speak more, even if you're an introvert. There are ways to become more extroverted, at least more than your usual self. How? Well, first, by learning a language. When you learn a language, you have a natural desire to connect with native speakers, even if you're shy. Also, native speakers tend to be very supportive and welcoming when you're trying to learn their language. So even if you're shy, it's kind of hard to stay shy in the long run when the people you speak with are so encouraging. In your native language, even if you know a million ways to start a conversation, you might not try to speak to someone because you're worried about whether you have something clever to say or the timing or some other social aspect. But in another language, where you may only know a few phrases, you're not bogged down by that. You just do the best you can with the few phrases you have. Plus, learning a language alone gives you a chance to reinvent yourself. To learn another language is to acquire another soul, as the quote goes. So, learning a language alone puts you on a path towards becoming more extroverted. But if you want specific tips, here are 5 ways to speak more, even if you're an introvert. Number 1. Learn how to listen like an introvert. How can this help you to speak more? Introverts tend to listen more, and the better listener you become, the better questions you can ask, which results in a more meaningful conversation, which also means more speaking time for you. So you can speak more, even if you consider yourself an introvert, by listening well and asking relevant and pertinent questions. By the way, if you want to learn how to ask questions, then check out our top 25 questions you need to know, where you'll learn all about what to ask and answer regarding the most common conversational questions. Number 2, increase speaking time and confidence through experience. Simply put, the more experiences you have in life or experience with certain topics, the more knowledgeable you become. And as your life or work experiences grow, so will your audience. You'll find people coming to you to talk to you. It could be about business, travel, or just your own life stories. If a conversation is about France, and if you've been to France, the conversation will gravitate towards you. Having all that experience makes things easy for you as an introvert. People will come to you, so you don't have to find them. For a language learner, the tricks are to 1. Be knowledgeable about something, and 2. Be able to talk about your experience in the target language. Number 3. Find the right audience. Imagine talking to someone that's not interested in learning languages. They'll give you 100 reasons why they can't learn, never reasons why it might work out for them, right? But when you're talking to an audience that's interested in languages, then you can have a conversation that could go on for hours. So find the right audience to share with. With language learning, it means you need to find native speakers that share the same hobbies or interests as you. Number 4, talk about what you know best. The introvert-extrovert dynamic also depends on how much you know about a topic and what you're most comfortable with. There are topics you may not know enough about, so you won't talk as much. But even the biggest introvert can become a confident speaker once you touch upon a topic they know well. That's where they shine. So if your goal is to be more extroverted, then focus on the things you know about. Or you can always gain experience in topics you don't know much about so you can speak more. Number 5, create opportunities to speak. How? Well, it's hard to stop a stranger and start talking with them without any context, right? But what if you need help finding something at a store, or have a question about a dish at a restaurant? Then it's much easier since you're there with a purpose. So you can create these opportunities by going to a restaurant from the country that speaks your target language and speaking with the staff, or asking a taxi driver a question, or asking staff at an information booth a question. So to recap, if you want to speak more, even if you're an introvert, 1. Listen like an introvert. 2. Increase speaking time and confidence through experience. 3. Find the right audience. 4. Talk about what you know best. And 5. Create opportunities to speak. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how tipping points will bring you closer to your language goals. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye!
Imagine you're on a packed train in Tokyo. You want to get off, but can barely move. What do you say? こんにちは、リサです。Lisa here. Anyone can learn how to ride a train in Tokyo. In this lesson, you learn how. Ben is on his way to his friend Taichi's house. Let's watch.
どうぞ。
ありがとうございます。
次は新宿。
すみません。降ります。
Now with English.
どうぞ。
ありがとうございます。
次は新宿。
すみません。降ります。
Here are the keywords from the scene.
どうぞ。
どうぞ。
Go ahead. Here you are.
どうぞ。どうぞ。どうぞ。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
すみません。
すみません。
Excuse me. Sorry.
すみません。すみません。すみません。
降りる。
降りる。
To get off.
降りる。降りる。降りる。
次。
次。
Next.
次。次。次。Here are the key phrases from the scene.
In the scene, what did Ben say to offer his seat to the woman?
どうぞ。
どうぞ。どうぞ。どうぞ。
This phrase literally means please. It's used anytime you are letting someone go ahead of you to mean after you. Or it can be used to offer something to someone, as in, here you are, like we saw in the scene. Now you try. Say Ben's line.
どうぞ。
How did Ben get the people in front of him on the train to step aside so he could get off?
すみません。降ります。
すみません。すみません。すみません。
Excuse me,
降ります。降ります。降ります。
I'm getting off.
すみません。降ります。
Excuse me, I'm getting off. You will often hear people just say,
降ります。
which is enough. Let's break this word down. It's the mas form of
降りる。
which means to go down or to disembark. You can use this word anytime you're getting out of a vehicle. Now you try. Say Ben's line to get out of the train.
すみません。降ります。
Now, the lesson focus. Here's how to ride a train in Japan.
Pregnant women often wear a maternity badge like this when they commute by train in Japan. This badge is given to pregnant women at stations or local city offices for free. They can easily show that they are pregnant and get preferential treatment. So, when you see a woman wearing the maternity badge, you might want to offer her a seat, like Ben did in this video.
どうぞ。
If you're ready to get off the train, but there are a lot of people between you and the door, you would say,
すみません。降ります。
then other passengers will try to make space for you to get out. People standing near the door often get off for a moment and wait outside the train. On the other hand, if you are the one standing near the door of a crowded train, be sure to step onto the platform when the doors are open so the people behind you can get out. There are a few more manners you might want to know about when you get on a crowded train. The first one is to hold your backpack in front of you so you can control it more easily. The next one is to be careful of your headphone volume. You don't want to bother other people around you with the noise from your headphones. The last one is for men only. Be aware of women-only cars. Some trains have women-only cars during rush hours. The women-only cars should have stickers like this and are usually at one end of the train. Accidentally getting on a women-only car is one of the most common and embarrassing mistakes foreign men make.
Now, it's time to practice your new ability.
You're sitting on a train in Tokyo to go to Akihabara. Ready? Here we go. You see an elderly man and want to give him your seat. What should you say as you stand up?
どうぞ。
You've arrived at Akihabara, but you're stuck in the back of the train. How do you indicate that you'd like to get off?
すみません。降ります。
Great job!
どうぞ。すみません。降ります。よくできました。Now, watch the scene one more time. After that, you're ready to ride a train in Japan. Happy travels! じゃあまたね。
どうぞ。
ありがとうございます。
次は新宿。
すみません。降ります。
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is how to learn a language in 2022. If you're planning to learn a language in 2022, then this episode is for you, especially if you want to finally succeed with your New Year's resolution, instead of failing or giving up in the next week or two. That's why today you'll discover 1. the 4 critical steps you need to take when learning a new language, and 2, how to set goals and New Year's resolutions that won't fail you in 2022. But first, if you're looking for some free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Using Opposites Conversation Cheat Sheet. With this new cheat sheet, you'll learn common opposite adjectives like near and far, hot and cold, and grammar rules on how to use these words in a sentence. Second, the How to Say Goodbye PDF Writing Workbook. With this printable PDF, you'll pick up some common parting greetings and be able to practice writing them out. Third, can you talk about cars in your target language? Learn how to say words like tire, windshield, headlights, and more with this quick vocab bonus. Fourth, must know words and phrases for public transportation. Learn how to say ticket, bus, train, and much more with this quick 1-minute lesson. Fifth, the 10 habits of highly effective language learners. Wondering which habits will help you succeed with language learning? Then check out this free lesson. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. How to learn a language in 2022. Part 1. The 4 critical steps you need to take when learning a new language. Every time you start a new language, you should start with 1. Goals, 2. Anchor points, 3. Grammar, 4. Reading. What are these 4 steps, and why do you need them to succeed with language learning? Let's jump in. The first one is goals. Everything starts with a goal, but your goal itself can also lead you to failure if you don't set it the right way. So more specifically, you need to set small, measurable monthly goals instead of just, I want to learn a language and be fluent this year. We'll cover goals in the second part of this episode, so stay tuned. After goals, the second step is setting anchor points. What are anchor points? Imagine a small ship in the middle of a big lake. It's windy, lots of waves, and the ship is bobbing up and down, drifting all around. What would you use to stop the ship from drifting away? An anchor. And just like an anchor keeps the ship in place, anchor points keep you from drifting away from your language. So an anchor point is a connection to the language that keeps you attached to the language and motivated to learn the language. One great example is language school. Imagine you signed up and paid thousands of dollars up front. Paying that much would motivate you to make the most of your time there. It's also a big commitment, one that you can't easily back out of. And school dictates your schedule. You have to wake up early, you have to do homework. Your life revolves around the classes. And as such, language school and the language itself become anchor points that your life revolves around. Anchor points can also be family or a partner that speaks the language you're learning. You're around them, you're exposed to the language, so your motivation to learn gets a bit stronger. Buying a language learning program or textbook are also examples of good anchor points. You invested your hard-earned money, which means you're serious about learning. Plus, you want to make sure your investment doesn't go to waste, so you're more motivated. If you're wondering if you have any anchor points, you already have at least one. You're watching our lessons on YouTube, but the more anchor points you have, the stronger your motivation will be. So if you're into music or TV shows in your target language, those can serve as anchor points too. These are things that connect you to the language and add a bit of motivation to learn more, or at the very least, understand what you're watching or listening to. We covered goals and anchor points. What's next? The third step is you must have a good grasp of grammar of your native language. Now, you might wonder, if you're learning a new language, why focus on your native language? Well, as native speakers, the problem is we know what good grammar sounds like, but we can't explain how or why our language works the way it works. So if you don't have a good grasp of grammar, the backbone or the rules of a language, then you'll have a tough time learning a new language. You'll jump in and start learning words and phrases, but you'll never learn how to put them together and make sentences. That's a common problem beginners have. Now, if you already know the grammar of your native language, how do you apply that to your target language? For example, if you're an English speaker, and if you know that English sentences follow the subject, verb, object pattern, and if you know that languages have specific sentence patterns, then you'd go look at patterns. Then, you'd have a good idea of how to create your own sentences, instead of learning random words first. Finally, the fourth step is reading. reading is good simply because you can do it anywhere, anytime, and without a teacher. It's a skill you can get started on day one, on your own. Reading also tends to spill over into other areas. The more you read, the more words and grammar rules you come across, so you boost your vocabulary and grammar, which can seep into speaking and listening. If you read out loud, you're practicing two skills at once. Now, we've covered what you need: goals, anchor points, reading, and grammar. Setting anchor points, knowing your own grammar, and reading are simple enough, but how do you set goals that don't lead you to failure? Part 2. How to set goals and New Year's resolutions that won't fail you in 2022. The goal that you set can make or break your language learning journey, so setting the right goals makes all the difference between success and failure. Just think about all of the common New Year's resolutions. What comes to mind? Goals like, I want to be fluent someday. I want to speak the language. I want to lose weight. I want to save more money. These big, vague goals often lead to failure because you simply have no idea how to approach the goal and you don't know what you're aiming for. Instead, your goals should be small, measurable, and monthly. For example, speak 1 minute of conversation by the end of the month. Learn 100 words by the end of the month. Finish Chapter 1 of your language textbook by the end of the month. If you're using our program, finish 20 audio lessons by the end of the month. All of these are small and specific. 1 minute, 100 words, 1 chapter, 20 audio lessons. This means that they're easy to reach, unlike something vague like fluency. They're also measurable. You know when you reach 1 minute. You can check if you know all 100 words or if you finished all 20 lessons. If you aim for fluency, you won't know when you hit it. It's too vague and too big of a goal, and it may take years to hit. Finally, all of these goals have a deadline, the end of the month. That would mean January 31st of this year. Deadlines give you a clear date to aim for, and without one, you'll forever be floating around without much progress. So set a deadline for the end of every month. So now that you know how to set small, measurable monthly goals, leave us a comment. What's your small, measurable monthly goal, and what's the deadline? So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye!
1月の第2月曜日は成人の日です。日本では法律的に20歳になると大人とみなされます。この祝日は20歳になった若者をお祝いし、励ます日です。現在の成人のお祝いは終戦後間もなく行われた青年祭がルーツと言われています。これは戦後の社会で若者たちに明るい希望を持たせ、励ますために埼玉県で行われました。成人の日は現在1月の第2月曜日ですが、1999年まではいつだったでしょうか？正解はこのビデオの最後に紹介します。この祝日には各自治体で成人式が行われます。20歳となる若者たちは市民ホールなどに集まり、市長や町長などから祝辞を受けたり、記念品を授与されたりします。さらに新成人の代表が大人になるにあたっての決意など挨拶をします。豪雪地帯ではゴールデンウィークやお盆に行われるところもあります。成人式は一生に一度の儀式ですから、特別な服装で臨みます。男性はスーツ、女性は振袖で出席するのが一般的です。振袖とは未婚の女性が着る袖の長い着物のこと。振袖は高価な上に帯や草履など着物以外の小物も揃えなければなりません。そのため、レンタルで済ます家庭もありますが、お祝い事なので娘のために購入する親も多いです。成人の日には赤飯を炊いてお祝いする家庭もあります。赤飯とはもち米に小豆を混ぜて炊いたご飯のこと。小豆の色が米についてピンク色になることから、めでたい色である赤を表す料理として、日本ではお祝い事に欠かせないものです。また、 親戚や知人から成人をお祝いする贈り物やお祝い金をもらう場合もあります。成人式の後で同窓会が開かれることもあります。高校を卒業してから地元を離れる場合も多いので、成人式は旧交を温める良い機会になっています。さて、ここでクイズの答えです。正解は1月15日です。同日と合わせて3連休にするハッピーマンデー制度によって1月の第2月曜日になりました。1月15日だった頃は単独の祝日だったため、1日だけのお休みでは故郷の成人式に帰ることが難しかった人たちもいましたが、3連休になることによって帰省しやすくなりました。いかがでしたか？初めて知ったことはありましたか？皆さんの国でも大人になったことをお祝いする日はありますか？ぜひ japanesepod101.com のコメント欄で教えてくださいね。それではまた。Imagine you're visiting your Japanese friend's house. Your friend's mother answers the door and invites you in. What should you say? こんにちは、リサです。Lisa here. Anyone can learn how to visit someone's house in Japan. In this lesson, you learn how. Ben has arrived at his friend Taichi's house. Let's watch.
はい。
ベンです。
ベン、いらっしゃい。さあ、どうぞ。スリッパどうぞ。
ありがとうございます。お邪魔します。
太一、ベンくんよ。
はーい。これ、どうぞ。皆さんで食べてください。
あら、ありがとう。
Now with English.
はい。
ベンです。
ベン、いらっしゃい。さあ、どうぞ。スリッパどうぞ。
ありがとうございます。お邪魔します。
太一、ベンくんよ。
はーい。これ、どうぞ。皆さんで食べてください。
あら、ありがとう。
Here are the keywords and phrases you need.
いらっしゃい。
いらっしゃい。
Welcome.
いらっしゃい。いらっしゃい。いらっしゃい。
さあ、
さあ、
Come on now.
さあ、さあ、さあ、
邪魔。
邪魔、
Annoyance. Interference.
邪魔、邪魔、邪魔、
食べる。
食べる、
To eat.
食べる、食べる、食べる、
皆さん。
皆さん、
Everyone.
みなさん、皆さん、皆さん、
あら。
あら、
Oh. Ah.
あら、あら、あら。Here are the key phrases from the scene.
In the scene, how did Taichi's mother welcome Ben?
いらっしゃい。
いらっしゃい。いらっしゃい。いらっしゃい。
This phrase means welcome. It's used when you are welcoming your friends to your house. If you want to welcome someone superior to you, you say,
いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいませ。
You will often hear shop clerks saying this phrase when you enter a shop. Now you try. Say Taichi's mother's line.
ベンいらっしゃい
What did Ben say as he entered Taichi's home?
お邪魔します。
お邪魔します。おじゃまします。お邪魔します。
There is no equivalent phrase in English, but it literally means, I will be a burden, which is a way of saying you're sorry to bother them by dropping by. It's a polite greeting when you enter someone's home, even if they invited you and you're not bothering them at all.
お邪魔します。
Let's break this phrase down.
邪魔します。
Is the Moss form of,
邪魔する。
which is made of a noun,
邪魔
meaning annoyance, and a verb,
する。
meaning to do. Altogether, it will make a phrasal verb,
邪魔する。
meaning to bother someone or disturb someone. And at the beginning, add the honorific prefix,
お
to say.
お邪魔します。
Again, it's used as a greeting when entering someone's home. Now you try. Say Ben's line to enter Taichi's home.
ありがとうございます。お邪魔します。
What did Ben say when he gave a small gift to Taichi's mother?
これ、どうぞ。
これどうぞ。これどうぞ。これどうぞ。
It means, please take this one. You can use this expression when you give a small gift to someone. Let's break this phrase down.
これ
Means this.
どうぞ。
Its basic meaning is please, and it can be used to mean please take it when you offer something to someone. Altogether, we have
これどうぞ。
please take it. So, if you want to mention what you are offering specifically, for example, tea, rather than just saying this, you can say,
お茶どうぞ。
please have some tea, or would you like to have some tea? Now you try. Say Ben's line when he is giving a small gift to Taichi's mother.
これ、どうぞ。
Now, the lesson focus. Here's how to visit someone's house in Japan.
In Japan, people take their shoes off when entering a house. When you visit someone's house in Japan, make sure to take your shoes off at the entrance. Also, you might be offered indoor slippers at the entrance, just like how Taichi's mother offered Ben slippers.
スリッパどうぞ
These are indoor slippers. Keep in mind that there will usually be different slippers to change into when you enter a bathroom or veranda, so don't go to those places with your indoor slippers. When taking off shoes and putting on slippers, what did Ben say?
お邪魔します。
This is a common phrase used when entering someone's home. This is the polite version. If you want to say it more casually, like when you visit your very close friends, you can just say,
お邪魔。
Also, when you are invited to someone's house, you might want to bring a small gift. Usually, it would be something to eat, such as sweets or fruits, and the price range would be around 3,000 yen. This would vary depending on your age or the situation. When you hand it to your host, you say,
これ、どうぞ。
make sure to hold it with both hands. If it's in a paper bag, it's polite to take it out of the bag and then give it to them.
Now, it's time to practice your new ability.
You're visiting your friend's house. Ready? Here we go. You've just entered the house. What should you say as you take off your shoes?
お邪魔します。
You have a small gift for your friend's mother. What should you say as you hand it to her?
これ、どうぞ。
Great job!
お邪魔します。これ、どうぞ。よくできました。Now, watch the scene one more time. After that, you're ready to visit your Japanese friend's house. じゃあまたね。
はい。
ベンです。
ベン、いらっしゃい。さあどうぞ。スリッパどうぞ。
ありがとうございます。お邪魔します。
太一、ベンくんよ。
はーい。これ、どうぞ。皆さんで食べてください。
あら、ありがとう。
Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Japanese ebook before it's gone.